told my boys, it ain't no limit.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the focus is on the Thunderbirds' rocket arm quarterback. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Thunderbirds and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Good sign here early. Everybody on offense there up front in the backfield in sync on that play.
So much talk about what do you do to neutralize home field advantage? Well, teams that run the football effectively, they often have a way of neutralizing it in a big way when they have those types of runs.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Once more, here's Eckler. Oh, look at the juke. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 95 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
To throw is Hughes. Off the play fake. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Up the middle with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Hughes. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Back to throw. Hughes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Thunderbirds get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First carry now for David Montgomery. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Hughes. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hughes.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown! A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Thunderbirds are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This tight end's good. He might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the 1st half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession.
But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Fields now to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now it's Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now here's Trenton Gill now. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Toronto's offense ready to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on, and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now Hughes on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Hughes. And this one's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Back to throw again. Right side to Williams. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Fields.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Ekeler.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
On 2nd and 9, Fields.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Now Fields.
Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And here's Trenton Gill on to punt.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And the ball is knocked out.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Ekeler now between the tackles.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go with the option. Coming right. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
He was brought down at the 26.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the defense has to stay out and get 1 more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And that enables him to also pick up the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got 1 there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hughes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Taking it about the 16. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Hughes throwing on first down. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Hughes to throw on second down.
Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hughes. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Vikings who are out in front. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns there. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Baker Mayfield
sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Townsend. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Fields. James has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Complete to Richie James. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
11 more yards. That's another Bears.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
13 more yards.
They'll run with Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try again with Montgomery. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Up and good for Santoso. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Yeah, now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They go play action here on first down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, and 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Hughes finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hughes now from the gun on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. To throw is Hughes on third down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Toronto.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
The offense on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now it's Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he will have the Bears 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And some room to maneuver.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Fields now to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
To about the 23. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's Eckler again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Eckler.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they work this out past the 25.
Fields on 1st down.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Throwing again is Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's James.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On the give, this is Eckler. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Up the middle with Eckler, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for our visitors, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.